Hello, Big Queen here, Life After Money. Are you ready for a coffee chat? Because I am. Cheers, got my coffee. Chopping my head off here, I think. Push you back a bit like that. There we are. Cheers. Have you got a coffee? I've got a bleep in my hearing aid. It goes ping ping, ping ping, ping ping, ping ping. I don't know what it's for. It does it. I'll just ignore it. So, what we're going to talk about? Well, I've got something to show. I finished this art project. I think I gave you a little bit of a glimpse once before on a previous video, and now it is finished. So I'll just lift that up for you. There we go. This is my latest project, just finished, hot off the press 5 minutes ago. So there you are. I'm having terrible trouble with cat hairs. So what I've done is I used sellotape to get rid of the cat hairs. And what is it called? I've called it Mutations. Yeah, because that's what the virus is doing. It is mutating. So here it is. I started off with these are Suffolk Puffs, by the way, Suffolk Puffs. So I started off with the big one in the middle, and I wanted to create texture. And so what I did was I stitched lines like that across, all radiating out from the centre, and pulled it tight so that it created a ridge. Now if I show you close up, I think it will change colour because I've been photographing it, and from a distance the pink, it's like a cerise pink, is the correct colour. But if I get close up with the camera, it turns to purple for some reason. It is not purple. So I created ridges with all this different it's just an overstitch over and over and over and over again. So what I would do is pinch it and then stitch it. So there you are. I didn't know what it was going to be when I started, and I just kept adding bits and more. Well, I don't know what to call it really. Tentacles, spider legs. I call these lines, that's DNA, right? That's my DNA. And the centrepiece is, well, put your own interpretation on it. The centrepiece is a cell, a red blood cell, and there's lots of little cells, little red blood cells, and this is your immune system, and this is what it portrays, the immune system. So we've all got quite a good immune system, most people. I can't say most or everybody, or our natural immune system, well, mine works quite well actually. So I never seem to catch anything. But so that's an immune system. That's with DNA and red blood cells, and then we've got some rogue cells as well. They've got black spots on there, right? They're the rogues. they're going to move inwards. They're going to move to the centre and destroy that centre. So there you are. It's on 2 boards. Luckily I had a board exactly the right size, because I just started off with a piece of fabric. No particular size, no measurements. And then just kept adding to it. And then I thought, well, it's about ready now, so I need a board. And luckily I found a piece of whiteboard, you know, those wipe on and off whiteboard things. So, and it was the perfect size for that, so I didn't have to cut it. And then I wanted a second board to put behind it to create this small border around the edge. And what I did was used the bottom of a very sturdy cardboard box. So I cut the piece of cardboard out and had a 3 centimetre border all the way around the outside. And the picture was stretched over the first board and laced at the back. And this dark blue fabric, I did that in the same way, stretched it over, laced it on the back. Now I've had to add this extra piece on the back to cover all that lacing. I could feel that lacing in there, because I like a tidy back, you see. So anyway, this is my interpretation of, well, I was going to call it new variant, but I'm absolutely sick of hearing that word. New variant. How many more flipping new variants are we going to have? Well, this is my new variant. So there we go. My picture is done. You like it? I think it's quite good actually. Yes, I like it. Have you got your coffee? Cheers. People have been asking me about money saving tips. Well, I don't attack it with quite so much vigour as I used to, because of my money saving habits. For many years I am now in a good position. I do still save money, I do check prices, and it is important for me to get a good bargain and pay the right price. But I'm not skint, if I could put it like that. But anyway, people seem to think as well that it's like a magic wand, or there's a recipe, or there's, oh, how can I say, a magic wand. There are lots of things you can do to save money, obviously, but it's lots of little things that you can do. I mean, I always say dilute all your liquids, 50% water, and spread them out, stretch them out, use less of them. So I've even started to do that with, I buy flavoured water, and it's a carbonated, fruity flavoured water. I even dilute that, you know, so a big bottle is 30p. So I get 2 big bottles for 30p because I've put water in it, and it's already water. But yeah, there's all kinds of little tricks. I was looking at one of my diaries from 1960s, and I started writing down money coming in and money going out, even at the age of 15-ish. Yeah, I left school at 15, 16 years old in my first job, and I kept records even then in my diary about how much I spent and what I spent it on. So it's a good habit to have, and I think people should actually be teaching this to their children. I think today children have got it far too easy, because they just ask and they get. It's not explained to them why you can't afford it. My mum always told me, if I wanted something, sorry, we can't afford it, we haven't got any money. And people need to start doing that for their children. But if you want to save money, it's dead easy. Stop buying. Stop spending it. Now, know the difference between needs and wants, and I've said this dozens of times before. Does it ever sink in? I don't think it does. What do you actually need? You need a roof over your head. You need to pay for your utilities, your gas, your electric, your water. You need to eat. So they are the needs that you must pay for. Pets are optional, but if you choose to have one, then you must pay for that pet, including the food and vet fees. So, but that is a choice. But and also how much utilities you use, that is also a choice. Cut down, cut down, cut down, cut down on everything. If you can't afford it, you don't have it. Oh, I'm getting a bit in a bullier mood now. So it's the only way. If you're saving up for something big, you know, put money aside, allocate money for that project. You know, maybe you want a mortgage, you want to buy a house, maybe you want a car. Put money aside and watch that money mount up. Put it in a place where you can't touch it. Watch the numbers go up and up and up. And set yourself targets. Say £5 a week, £10 a week, £50 a week if you can afford it. But set targets. If that big purchase is a priority, then saving for it is a priority. So you don't go out for takeaways. You don't go out to eat, you don't go to the pub, there's lots of things you can stop doing which costs money, and you start doing things that cost no money, like going for a walk. As long as you've got some decent footwear, you go for a walk, and that's it. It's discipline, that's all it is discipline. I mean, I was lucky that my mum told me from an early days, you know, that she'd got an empty purse. So, sorry, can't have it. No money till payday, because we lived from one payday to the next payday. But I started saving myself in my little bit of wages. I was getting about £5 a week, £5, £6, £7 a week for Woolworths, working in the shop. You know, and I would put 2 shillings away, 3 shillings away, and watch it mount up. And then, of course, I'd be saving up for a dress. I used to make a lot of my own clothes, actually, because buying the material was cheaper than buying the clothes. But not everybody has that skill. So, but save up, and every penny counts, you know. You know, sometimes I walk around here and find coins that have been thrown down in the street, and I've seen kids do it. I have seen kids do it. They can't be bothered with a little 5p coin or a 1p coin. Chuck it. I pick them up. I mean, what aren't the parents not educating these kids? Well, they should be. Cheers. Got a coffee. So I follow common sense. Common sense for money saving. That's all it is. Use up the food that you've already got before you buy more. Use everything until it's falling apart. Your clothes. You don't need to wash your clothes quite so often, because battering them in a washing machine will shorten their life. So only wash them when they're dirty or smelly. Don't buy new when you can get second hand. Look to your local Facebook pages. Look to places where they give stuff away. I mean, I'm in a village and people are giving things away all the time here. So try and get free whenever you can. Skip dive if you can. Everything I've got here is second hand. What people have thrown out or I've bought very, very cheaply. I've got a 4-piece suite, settee, 2 chairs and buffet. £50 from a friend. Don't go in a shop and buy a brand new 3-piece suite, oh for goodness sake. You know, you don't need it. Again, it's needs and wants. My house is quite basic. It's nothing fancy. It's comfortable. It's lived in, and it's mine. It's mine because I paid for it and I saved up for the house. And I don't need to renew things. I don't need to buy new things anymore. In fact, I'm now starting to give some of my things away because I just want to be a little less cluttered. So, cheers, have a coffee. Anyway, I'm going to pack up now, 12:20. I'm not on the computer quite so much now because, to be honest, it's doing my head in. And I want my freedom back. I've always had my freedom, actually. I'm always free to do what I like. But yes, I am spending too much time on the computer. I've got a project outside that needs my attention. I'm going to get rid of that falling down old garage out there. That's going to go soon. So I'll have a great big space to play around with. And I'll be outside. So, yeah, you've got to move on. I'm moving on all the time. Moving on. Nothing stays the same. Right? Cheers. Anyway, I wish you all well and look after yourselves. As usual, look after yourselves because nobody else will. It's up to you. It's up to you what you do with your life. Live your life the best way you can. This has been Queen. Bye.